I'm from Forest, New Mexico, where my family has farmed and ranched since 1906. My great-great-granddad, Mitch Rush, settled there with two other brothers, each with 1/4 of land apiece. Very honored to be able to come up here to my family history here. My great-grandfather, Richard Boyd, managed this ranch for a while, and I believe my grandmother was born here. And it's been very neat and personal to me to see the area that they worked back. I don't exactly remember the year, but it's also been very honored to come to such a very beautiful place and learn these valuable things. Living in one place, kind of with the same operation, you kind of get into a monotonous road, and this is kind of the way things work, and this has kind of opened my mind to a different area and a different kind of ranching with different problems, different benefits as well. Some of the things that have kind of piqued my interest, especially on this wildlife day, has been trying to actually figure out how many wildlife animals you have. And yes, you can get a feel for it whenever you're going out and just looking around checking water. Well, I saw 29 today, but yesterday I saw 2. Well, you have a little idea, but we learn a little more scientific way to determine how many you have. I graduated this year and will be attending Harvard this fall. I've always thought I would like to return to my family's farm and ranch. I think that's the healthiest place for me to raise my future family. However, 6 months ago I would never have thought that I would have been attending Harvard, so I really don't know what my future plans will be. The Lord has a funny way of putting you where He wants you, on His own timing.
Allocate based on the sustainability of that ranch. So we look at the overall herd in that unit, and we say we flew this unit, we counted this many antelope, and we think we have this buck to doe ratio. Based on that buck to doe ratio, we're going to harvest this many mature bucks.
It works if you don't shake while you do it.
Yeah. I've heard of people that have.
I've heard cats have 5. Some of my cats have 5, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's something.
And that mid-successional is really good.
What type do you think that is? Elk? An elk?
Sure.
You can tell.
We didn't say, but that's what.
Say that's a coyote track, not a dog. That kind of expectation. Bite marks exist. Right there. To this very date, 15, 20 years later. So,
and this trap itself right here with the chain and everything on it, how much did it cost?
I don't know.
It's all about public acceptance.
I don't know what to do after I push it
And a
down.
lot of people. That's not in the front of the trap, so that a coyote doesn't feel that. So then you take this chain, take the trap, take all that chain, throw it down there in the hole. And you leave this end over here on this side because when it's set, it's going to be like that. This is the trap. Put all that down there in the hole. Throw some dirt in there on top of it.
Go ahead and put the safety on and shoot it.
Yeah, just like that. There you go.
You can have another round. You can didn't say hunker down more. It's about the sight. That's your front sight. These, I don't even know who these are.
This is when it's
Can we pull this up now?
Nice shot.
Now one other thing, we're in the stand here, we can sort of look at what the historical stand might have looked like. Just like back over there, we still have these big old ponderosa pines, these yellow bellies. But here in the absence of fire, we start seeing, particularly over here, look at all this regeneration. And it's a little bit scraggly, and it starts competing for light. You want to hit the center of the tree, that's where, and this is plenty long enough. Of course, all we need to do is hit the middle of the tree. We don't need to go all the way through it. And this is not going to hurt the tree. But we've seen how these trees are very resistant to fire and lightning. And when we do this, it's basically imitating what a bark beetle will go boring in there, and the tree will just respond and pitch it out. Now in a really dense forest, in a dry year, it'll have so much competition, it'll be stressed out, it won't be able to pitch out those insects, and it might kill the tree.
Isn't this how they drill for maple syrup?
More or less.
Wrong kind of tree, buddy.
We can get some Douglas fir syrup.
Well, this is ponderosa, so that kind of tree.
That's cool. That's pretty neat. That's pretty cool.
A piece of the tree.
Whoa! All right, not
Smart
bad.
fella, ain't you?
The lines start changing. When you get close to the middle, these lines will go sort of in a arc shape, and you know you're getting close. It's possible that, let's see if we can count this up real quick.
Okay,
Well,
so
we're not quite sure where the middle is, but
well, that's a,
from about here we have 225 years.